Your word is your wand. By Florence Scovel Shinn. Chapter 20. The Elements. Man is made in God's likeness and image, imagination, and is given power and dominion over all created things. He has the power to rebuke the winds and the waves, check floods, or bring rain when it is needed. There is a tribe of American Indians who live in the desert country and depend on the power of prayer only to bring rain to water their crops. They have a rain dance, which is a form of prayer, but no chief is allowed to take part who has any fear. They give exhibitions of courage before they are admitted to the ceremonies. A woman who was an eyewitness told me that out of a blue sky came a deluge of rain, the sun still shining. Affirmations. Fire. Fire is man's friend and is always in its right place, doing its right work. Drought. There is no drought in divine mind. I give thanks for the right amount of rain to nourish these crops or garden. I see clearly this gentle downpour, and the manifestation is now. Storms. The Christ within now rebukes the winds and the waves, and there comes a great calm. I see clearly peace established on land and sea. Chapter 21. Journey. Affirmation. I give thanks for the divinely planned journey under divinely planned conditions with the divinely planned supply. Chapter 22. Miscellaneous. The thing you dislike or hate will surely come upon you, for when man hates, he makes a vivid picture in the subconscious mind, and it objectifies. The only way to erase these pictures is through non-resistance. For example, a woman was interested in a man who told her repeatedly of his charming women cousins. She was jealous and resentful, and he passed out of her life. Later on, she met another man to whom she was much attracted. In the course of their conversation, he mentioned some women cousins he was very fond of. She resented it, then laughed, for here were her old friends, the cousins, back again. This time, she tried non-resistance. She blessed all the cousins in the universe and sent them goodwill, for she knew if she didn't, every man she met would be stocked up with women relations. It was successful, for she never heard cousins mentioned again. This is the reason so many people have unhappy experiences repeated in their lives. I knew a woman who bragged of her troubles. She would go about saying to people, "I know what trouble is," and then wait for their words of sympathy. Of course, the more she mentioned her troubles, the more she had, for by her words she was condemned. She should have used her words to neutralize her troubles instead of to multiply them. For example, had she said repeatedly, "I cast every burden upon the Christ within, and I go free," and not voiced her sorrows, they would have faded from her life. For by your words you are justified. I will give to thee the land that thou seest. Man is ever reaping on the external what he has sown in his thought world. For example, a woman needed money and was walking along the street making the affirmation that God was her immediate supply. She looked down, and at her feet was a $2 bill, which she picked up. A man standing near a watchman in a building said to her, "Lady, did you pick up some money?" I thought it was a piece of chewing gum paper. A lot of people walked over it, but when you came, it opened up like a leaf. The others, thinking lack, had passed over it, but at her words of faith, it unfurled. So, with the opportunities in life, one man sees, another passes by. Faith without works or action is dead. The student, in order to bring into manifestation the answer to his prayer, must show active faith. For example, a woman came to me asking me to speak the word for the renting of a room. I gave her the statement, "I give thanks that the room is now rented to the right and perfect man for the right price," giving perfect satisfaction. Several weeks elapsed, but the room had not been rented. I asked, "Have you shown active faith? Have you followed every hunch in regard to the room?" She replied, "I had a hunch to get a lamp for the room, but I decided I couldn't afford it." I said, "You'll never rent the room until you get the lamp. For in buying the lamp, you are acting your faith, impressing the subconscious mind with certainty." I asked, "What is the price of the lamp?" She answered, $4. I exclaimed, $4 standing between you and the perfect man? She became so enthusiastic. She bought 2 lamps. About a week elapsed, and in walked the perfect man. He did not smoke and paid the rent in advance and fulfilled her ideal in every way. Unless you become as a little child and dig your ditches, you shall in no wise enter the kingdom of manifestation. Without the vision, my people perish. Unless man has some objective, some promised land to look forward to, he begins to perish. We see it so often in small country towns, in the men who sit around a stove all winter, who ain't got no ambition. Within each one is an undiscovered country, a gold mine. I knew a man in a country town called Magnolia Charlie, because he always found the first magnolia in the spring. He was a shoemaker, but every afternoon left his work to go to the station to meet the 4:15 train from a distant city. They were the only romances in his life, the first magnolia and the 4:15 train. He felt vaguely the call of the vision in the superconscious mind. No doubt the divine design for him included travel, and perhaps he was to become a genius in the plant world. Through the spoken word, the divine design may be released, and each one fulfill his destiny. Affirmation: I now see clearly the perfect plan of my life. Divine enthusiasm fires me, and I now fulfill my destiny. The spiritual attitude towards money is to know that God is man's supply, and that he draws it from the abundance of the spheres through his faith and spoken word. When man realizes this, he loses all greed for money and is fearless in letting it go out. With his magic purse of the spirit, his supply is endless and immediate, and he knows also that giving precedes receiving. For example, a woman came to me asking me to speak the word for $500 by the 1st of August. It was then about the 1st of July. I knew her very well and said, "The trouble with you is you don't give enough. You must open your channels of supply by giving." She had accepted an invitation to visit a friend and did not want to go on account of the formality. She said, "Please treat me to be polite for 3 weeks, and I want to get away as soon as possible and be sure to speak the word for the $500. She went to the friend's house, was unhappy and restless, and tried continually to leave, but was always persuaded to stay longer. She remembered my advice, however, and gave the people about her presence. Whenever possible, she made a gift. It was nearing the 1st of August, and no signs of the $500, and no way of escape from the visit. The last day of July, she said, "Oh God, maybe I haven't given enough." So she tipped all the servants, more than she had intended. The 1st of August, her hostess said to her, "My dear, I want to make you a gift." She handed her a check for $500. God works in unexpected ways, his wonders to perform. Affirmations. God is incapable of separation or division, therefore my good is incapable of separation or division. I am one with my undivided good. All that is mine by divine right is now released and reaches me in a perfect way under grace. God's work is finished now and must manifest. There is no there is only here. Reveal to me the way, let me see clearly the blessing which thou hast given me. Let thy blessed will be done in me this day. Hunches are my hounds of heaven, they lead me in the perfect way. I serve only faith, and my unlimited abundance is made manifest. I am undisturbed by appearances. I trust in God, and he now brings to me the desires of my heart. All things I seek are now seeking me. Divine activity is now operating in my mind, body, and affairs, whether I see it or not. My good now overtakes me in a surprising way. The divine plan of my life cannot be tampered with. It is incorruptible and indestructible. It awaits only my recognition. Since I am one with the only presence, I am one with my heart's desire. I now have the single eye of the Spirit and see only completion. I am a perfect idea in divine mind, and I am always in my right place, doing my right work at the right time for the right pay. The Columbus in you will see you through. I am an irresistible magnet for checks, bills, and currency, for everything that belongs to me by divine right. Great peace have I, who love thy law of non-resistance, and nothing shall offend me. Thou in me art inspiration, revelation, and illumination. Thou in me art completion. As I have asked, I must receive. The law of God is the law of increase, and I give thanks for increase under grace in perfect ways. I dwell in a sea of abundance. I see clearly my inexhaustible supply. I see clearly just what to do. My world of the wondrous now swings into manifestation, and I enter my promised land under grace. Nothing is too good to be true. Nothing is too wonderful to happen. Nothing is too good to last. Conclusion. Choose the affirmation which appeals to you the most and wave it over the situation which confronts you. It is your magic wand, for your word is God in action. It shall not return void, but shall accomplish that whereunto it is sent. Isaiah 55:11. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the end of the world. Romans 10:18.